So you can have this patient portal open from a link on your website. I have it on kiosks. I actually use 2 Google Chromebooks, about $200 a piece from Amazon. They're on the wall and they're set to this website. You can also access it from a web page. You could have this in your waiting room on a sign. People could do it from their mobile device. So what they're going to do is walk up to the screen and they click here to check in. And then they're going to enter their patient name or their patient number if they have a patient number. I had one written down here as a sample. So for example, if the patient had a number, they would put that here. I put the PIN inside their chart so that the front desk can remind them. But if they don't have it, what they're going to do, and I would do this myself, I don't have the patient do this as a new patient, and I'll show you why. So a new patient, we click this, and now we can register that new patient. So let's give this patient a name, email if you want to put it in there, male or female patient. You can select their birth date by clicking on the calendar, and then scrolling back to the date to the year they were born, pick the month and the day, or you can just highlight and do it directly. All right, so either way, and then register. Now you'll notice you have a PIN. So this is that patient's PIN number that they will enter whenever they come back to the office to be seen. Now, let's set the patient up. So this is how I would set up a new patient. It's the easiest and fastest way. So the patient has a new complaint that they have never been in the office before. So we click this, and here we're going to give it a title. So let's say that this particular patient has headaches. This is what the patient is going to see on the button title. So you can't be 2 sentences long. So like I wouldn't put neck and shoulder and arm pain. I would just say neck pain. They'll know what they're talking about to click on it. Now this description here, this is what is going to be inserted into text referring to their problem. So since it's going to be in the middle of sentences, if it shows up at the beginning of sentences, it will be automatically capitalized. But here you do not want to capitalize or punctuate the end of the sentence. So it's a sentence fragment. So what we're going to say here is that they have left frontal headaches. All right. So it could be, low back pain shooting into the right hip and right lateral thigh. All right, that would be a different way of saying it. So that's what it should look like. Now, as you see, it's going to ask the patient regarding the left frontal headaches. So now the patient just checks what's causing them difficulty, what aggravates it. Well, they have trouble performing their work. They have problems traveling, and their social life has been affected because of the headaches. What's helped? They've been taking prescription medicine. Heating pad helps when the headaches are bad, and sleep. And this is occasional. It's there 25% of the time. How do they describe it? It's a throbbing, splitting, excruciating kind of pain, and they say that right now it's an 8, and they submit that. Now we can stop right there if that's their only complaint and click I am done with my complaints, or we can click another complaint. So let's just quickly add another one. So in this case, let's say that it was that low back pain. So we're going to say, I'm just going to put back pain. I apologize, my typing is slow because I'm typing around a microphone. So all right, so here we're going to say bilateral lower back pain that shoots into his right SI joint. All right, same thing. What's difficult? Well, the pain keeps him from being able to use the toilet without pain, getting dressed, traveling, climbing stairs is bothersome, performing work, getting out of bed, sitting. What's helped? He had a massage, it helped some. He usually feels better after exercise, and this response, he's been using some biofreeze on it. This bothers a little more. It's there frequently, and he says this is a sharp, irritated, and tight feeling, and this isn't quite as bad. It's a 6. All right, so you can do that up to 4 complaints. When you've entered all the ones you want to enter, I'm done with my complaints. Confirm. All right, so now we're going to jump over to the patient practice portal. Now this is patients for the day. A nice thing about this here is that these are patients that were scheduled. I'm going to show you the receptionist panel in a second. So I scheduled these just before I started this recording so that I could demonstrate. Now I put my picture in here. You can take a picture of your patients when you bring them in, then their picture will appear here and you will know who that person is, who your next patient is. So when they come back, oh, this is Bobby at 10:53, and you can tell the difference between her and another patient that might be right beside them, or you'll be able to identify her. All right, so when we go to our patient screen, we'll see that I have to log in here again. I've been out of this for a while. All right, so we'll go back to the patients, and here's the guy we just entered. So we're going to click on Joe, and lo and behold, there's the stuff we just answered about his problem. So now we're set to begin doing his note. Now, if we wanted to move to a different part of the office, let's say that we just did this intake and now we want to continue this in the exam room on a different computer, maybe even on an iPad or an Android device or laptop. So we want to save and click yes. And now when we go to another computer and we open Joe again, we just come over here to where it says open notes. So this means that we hit that, we'll see that that note pops right back up, and it can still be, we can now go to objective, hit objective, go to other, and maybe do a posture analysis and say that his abnormalities, he had this, this, and this. So when we open that up and look at it, we'll see that we've added to that note. Now if we need to move to another computer, maybe we want to go back to X-ray, we'll go click this arrow here, and we want to save the process, yes. So Joe still has that open note, so when we get back to the X-ray room, we can log into PrimoPractice, hit this, and we can continue building that note. So that can be passed all around the office that way. So back to the home screen, which is the little house up there in the icon bar. So this is David's file. I can see his previous X-ray reports that I've put in here, notes that are in here. His last day he was here was the 25th of October. And if I need to do a note on him now, so there's his note. So I go here, I come down to this bar at the bottom that says make note, and when I click that, he's already filled out his information for today, November 3rd. There's his questions, and now you'll notice that it says since his last visit on the date he was last here, this has been difficult, and his pain on his last visit was a 510. Today it's also a 510. And same thing down here. It tells what his pain was. Currently it's a 3. Last time he was in it was a 4, so that's getting better. It's been as bad as an 8 since his last visit. So that automatically populates for a return visit. And again, we're ready to go through the note. All right, same rules apply. So that's how the patient portal works. Now you have one other option here, and that's the receptionist panel. And that will be your login information for that came in your email as well when you registered. So in this case, here are the dates that I've used as my scheduling. Now, at our front desk, what we do is we put these in as the person comes in, because I have walk-in patients. We have a walk-in calendar. You can come in anytime. I give you your schedule of when I want to see you, and then you show up on those days at whatever time works for you. So when somebody walks into the office, they'll click this. The front desk person clicks this, goes to the patient search, and pulls up the patient that just walked in, selects the therapist, and hits the appointment screen, and then picks the time that they're coming in. So we'll say this one's coming in at 10:20. Save, and you'll see he just appeared here. Now what's nice about that is when we jump back over to our note and we go back to the main screen, you'll see that Mark has appeared onto our patient screen for the day. So if he's here now and I click that and click make note, that'll show up. Now if you go to settings, you'll see that you have your subtherapist control is here to change passwords for subtherapist. The overall package information, when you've purchased, when it's due to expire is here. Your profile information about your practice is here. Patient access panel information is here. It's also where you change your password. If you want to export data, it's here, and to watch any of the help videos is also here.